You are listening to This is Oklahoma, hosted by Mike Hearn, telling stories of Oklahomans and those that have made it their home.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of This is Oklahoma. Mike Hearn here, host, back with another episode. Excited to share this episode with you today, but before we do, huge shout out to our sponsors. The Oklahoma Hall of Fame has been sharing Oklahoma's story through its people since 1927. For more information on the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, go to www.oklahomahof.com. And for daily updates, go to oklahomahof on Instagram and give them a follow. Our other sponsor today is Chickasaw Nation. Now, the Chickasaw Nation have sponsored pretty much everything in Oklahoma. They're a huge supporter of Oklahoma. And it's an honor to have their name and their brand supporting this podcast. A huge shout out to Go and Anatoby for supporting this podcast. It really means a lot. This episode is brought to you by the Doghouse OKC. Recently, I have been in need of some doggy daycare for my two pups, and the Doghouse have come in clutch. The team over there are incredible. They've taken care of my two golden doodles, and so it's been an honor to partner with them on the podcast and share the love. Adding to that is the Doghouse, and so if you're in need of doggy daycare in the day or boarding overnight, they do grooming and other cool things too, but I've had a fantastic experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this with you too. So go to thedoghouseokc.com and follow them on Instagram at thedoghouseokc, and hopefully our pups will run into each other. What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of This is Oklahoma. Mike Hearn here, host, back with another episode. We're down at Bedford's camera. Thankfully, you can't see behind the camera because there's a lot of stuff here that they've been unloading from PhotoCon. Just had a great PhotoCon weekend. Shout out to everybody who showed up because it was awesome. But today's like a selfish episode because I get to nerd out about golf, which is awesome. But great pleasure of mine to introduce you to our guest today, Mr. Gabe Gudgel, who's Stillwater native, big golfing family. And probably has one of the coolest jobs as far as like most golfers would think. You get to travel around seeing great content and all the best things, right? I'm excited to dive into it. But you're headed to the airport. Let's talk about that. Like I snuck in real quick before you're about to catch a flight tonight. Where are you headed? Where are you headed to?
Yeah, perfect. Headed to San Diego tonight for a quick trip. 3 days out there to all the OEMs. So I'll hit up Titleist, Callaway, Cobra this trip. You know, it's really cool out there. They have, I think, Kingdoms out there, obviously, as well. And it's just a sweet spot to be and see all the new clubs, the new gear coming out. The facilities are awesome. We do a lot of stuff with Cobra at La Costa.
Okay. Where
the Cowboys just won, which was cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's a fun trip. But, yeah, I got this week, San Diego, and the next week actually headed to Boca Raton to interview Luke Donald.
Oh, sick.
Which would be sweet. So see your boys.
Okay. I have a buddy of mine who's been played a little bit of golf with him at Bears Club and just said he's like the nicest guy.
I'm pumped.
So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Not very nice. His Halloween outfit was pretty trash. I just saw that. I mean, I was not impressed. I was like, come on. If you're gonna dress for Halloween, you should put a bit of effort into it.
That was hilarious.
I didn't get the thing. But so the main gig is video editor, right? For Golf Week magazine?
So that's it. Yeah. So I have my own production company based in Stillwater, but I've been a contractor with Golf Week, USA Today Sports for about 6 years now. And so it's truly been one of the biggest blessings I could have ever asked for. It's a job that you don't really believe that's out there. You know, I started as a video editor back in 2019, got hired from a guy who was a mentor with my old boss at the Ocali at Oklahoma State.
Shout out to Ocali.
Yeah. Shout out Ocali. And through him, I met this guy that basically became my boss for a couple of years, and I was a video editor under him. And then once he left, I basically moved into video production.
Okay.
And so for the past 4 years, just kind of go around to all these different golf courses, resorts, and film whatever needs to be filmed. So it's truly such a blast. Growing up in the golf space, being in video, it's one of the coolest blending of worlds.
What gets you then into video from a young age?
Got me into video.
Yeah, what is that like takes you to video? I mean, naturally, you're obviously going to go to OSU, right?
Absolutely.
With your family history and everybody, and right, dad played for OSU, senior Oklahoma State match play champion. Also, your younger brother's was the junior one at the same year, which is pretty epic.
Totally.
Big golfing family. So it was written on the wall that you were going to do something in golf, but why video?
So video, it wasn't even really planned for video. My major was strategic communications, which I think earlier this year was voted the #1 easiest major at OSU. So shout out Stratcom. It's a great career path to go down. Really, it is. I graduated. I graduated in 3.5 years early, and I did a semester in Hawaii. So it was you can do. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
What a degree!
Seriously, yeah.
They should sell that at like
they really
freshman orientation. You want to go to Hawaii?
It was an awesome gig. So I went with one of my best friends. We lived in Hilo for 5 months, my sophomore year, and still graduated. So early, which was crazy, but didn't really know I wanted to be video. I did like the interview in high school, like the intercoms and whatnot, that type of thing. That taught me video editing software on Premiere, which I still use to this day. Shout out Miss Hoffman and the Stillwater High School. And from there, I kind of started doing weddings and whatnot in college, and kind of just grew it into a business after that. I got my first job right out of college at the business building at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Just doing small video production with them, saving up for a ring for my then girlfriend. Had to save up, quite a bit to pay for that. And then at 8 months into that, got the call to like, hey, do you want to come do this at Golf Week? And I said, absolutely, I'm all in. So that's when I started my production company, and I've been doing that ever since.
Did you ever find out how Golf Week saw you? What was the connection to Golf Week, I guess, specifically to, after you graduated?
Truly, the most amazing thing. Like I was just praying for a way out of where I was at to something, just anything else. Mm-hmm. And the guy who hired me was a video editor. He could have hired probably any video editor, but he needed a golfer because he needed to have someone discern between a 3-wood and a hybrid and a, sandwich, whatever it was. He goes, you know the difference between that? I'm like, yeah, no, I got that. I can do that for sure.
Yeah.
And so that pretty much is where it all started. And then slowly I was like, hey, I actually do production and whatnot. I can travel around, and I'm kind of a one-man band to all these places I go, and drone pilot as well. So I'll go get footage like that. But yeah, really the last 5 years, it started. My first trip with them, actually, funny enough, was 2020, March 12th to Bandon Dunes, the day the world shut down. That was like my first real trip. I'll never forget because it was the day that Rudy Gobert had that Thunder game.
Yeah, Wednesday.
That was the day I flew out there. I remember I saw a Kansas team was there, and I met a couple guys in the pro shop who said, hey, how you guys doing? They go, well, they just canceled our season, so we don't know what to... So I truly thought for a bit I'd be shut down up at Bandon, which would have been an awesome place.
Right. Thanks. You have like how many golf courses to go around.
No, truly. But so yeah, that's kind of how I got started it, man. So
wow, that's so cool to dive into all that stuff, right? And to go see the world, and
absolutely,
and you've got to go to the Ryder Cup, right?
Oh
You've
my
gosh, been to a lot of majors, and the Golf Week magazine, obviously the landscape has changed as far as whatever the medium is. People are consuming content now, but before social media, Golf Week magazine, Golf Digest, they were. That's where you got your content. Totally. That's where you got all your swing lessons, your clubs, and one of my favorite things to look at as a kid was like when they rated like drivers or irons, and you looked at it. I was just nerding.
No, it's amazing. And the coolest thing, Golf Week's actually, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. So we're having a big party at the PGA show in Orlando and come January. But the people I work with are truly some of the best in the business. Like Adam Shupak, Cameron Jordan's a local guy. Okay. He does phenomenal writing, travels the amateur circuit, college circuit.
Yeah.
Beth Ann Nichols, LPGA, amazing reporter on the women's side of golf. David Dusek, who I'm going out to San Diego with, he's our equipment guru and knows just about everything there is to know about a golf club.
Yeah.
So truly, all the people I get to work with are top notch, and so it's.
You guys have a podcast?
We do have a podcast.
Say, do you need one?
What was it? No, seriously, yeah. So actually, this is I'm almost always on the other end. So I edit a podcast actually 2 times a week out of Vegas. It's the only Golf Week thing I do. It's called MMA Junkie.
Oh wow!
And so literally, it's a whole nother realm, but it's under the USA Today kind of umbrella. Yeah. So I do that twice a week out of Vegas. 2 twin brothers that just know and talk about MMA. They've been doing it for 20 plus years. And then the Golf Week Raiders, who are kind of the raiders in the business and travel around to different courses, rate these golf courses. I do a podcast for them too. So yeah. No.
That's an interesting world of rating.
Absolutely.
Right? Like there's so many, the criteria is pretty, and you've got to do so many golf courses, and it's mostly for retired people who get to travel around.
Yeah.
If it's not, I assume it's probably not a very high, well-paying job. I mean, sometimes you have to go pay and play, and I get it.
Yeah.
But it is a fascinating world to dive into the ratings, and obviously you have personal opinion and all. I mean, there's a there's a golf politics world, and the course rating is one that
it's crazy, man. Yeah,
it's crazy, right?
Seeing that world, just how much they critique a course and everything about it. It's a whole nother world that I had no idea about 5 years ago until you should be a rater. Wow. It's really easy to actually do it. Wow. You could totally.
I think Kendall Dye asked me to apply for it one year.
Oh,
maybe it wasn't. I don't know who it was with, because she did it for a while. And there's a guy out of that she plays with, Jimmy Austin, an older guy.
Nice.
Can't remember what his name is, but he does it. And she calls him like America's guest, because he plays golf everywhere and travels. And I don't understand. I did like offhandedly was just like, okay, let me throw this together and submit it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand enough about the feedback I got was like, your golf IQ as far as like topography and golf course is like, it's non-existent, because they were asking about designers, and I just like, I'd like to play golf
for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
I like playing golf. I like the stories around people within golf. But as far as like, this design and that design, and I'm just like, that's never really been something that's like fascinated me.
Totally.
I prefer the story around it.
Totally get that. No, absolutely. Yeah. The people who I've met in this, sometimes they don't even play golf courses unless it's by, a certain designer. Right. Hey, it's their prerogative. They love to do it. But yeah, man, it's a pretty interesting and fascinating world.
Yeah, and I think 20 or 30 years from now, I think it'd be a great job.
Oh my gosh.
Just travel around.
Oh, like, literally, man.
Jump in the RV and do
just go wherever.
God, is it Matt, someone who does what's his Instagram? Like on one of his t-shirts. He just like has an RV and drives around places.
Is it golf in every state or
Yes.
Yes, that him.
Yeah, Matt someone, Matt Cardis, I think his name is.
I think you're right.
Has a sick van and everyone signs it. Like,
so
why we just and obviously you got Eric Anders Lang from
absolutely.
Random Golf Club does his thing, and there's now obviously golf YouTube is just nuts.
Yeah, it's amazing,
right? Like, what's that like for you to cover? I mean, obviously from a magazine standpoint, everyone's on social and all the eyeballs are there, and more people are watching golf YouTube than they are probably watching tour events and stuff. Like, how's that to cover?
It's been fun. So we're actually kind of starting to do some more long form content on our YouTube page and working with David and equipment side of stuff. But it's been so fun, man. Like just working in that space and because I don't really get to go to a lot of PGA Tour events just because of TV media, right? So I don't do a whole lot of video there. It's kind of sparse. But I did go to the Tour Championship this year to film some stuff with a couple of their sponsors, work with, like they do a bunch of stuff with kind of local communities there. So we were highlighting that. But man, it's been so fun just to see, like the whole golf. I mean, what am I trying to say? The whole space of golf has just become more open and truly just fascinating than it was even 10 years ago when I was in high school. It wasn't the cool thing to do. No, I'd say, 15, 10 years, I mean, even when you played, but now it's like, I think it's very much changed to where people want to do it more than they probably ever have, especially in the younger generation. And YouTube golf has no question been a part of that.
Yeah, what's interesting too is like Oklahoma is such a golf state.
Oh my
so
gosh,
you talk about YouTube golfers, like so you got Brad Dahlke's kind of moved into YouTube golf. Luke Kwan, both of them, they both played at OU, and you're diving into the social side of things. But also like the stories and the golf courses that we have here, right? And Perry Maxwell and all the other things, like and I'm not a huge fan of the Dornick redo. I think they destroyed it. I love trees. I love hitting between trees. I think they should have taken some out, not all of them. But like there is so much love for golf here. And then you go back and you talk about like Susie Maxwell, right? And you talk about Lincoln, the history of Lincoln Golf Club, and hosting all these events, and it's rich, really rich. So, and obviously Oklahoma State is a golf school.
Absolutely. And I mean, even Oklahoma, man, just what they've done in the past 10 years, the program they've built, Ryan Hibble. I mean, it's so awesome to see that we have two really top 10 programs in the country. And with Tulsa coming back, we'll be really
Tulsa's
cool.
back,
I love
which is nuts, right? I love that. I mean, a friend of mine's the golf coach at ORU, and they just hosted the Clarico at Southern Hills. And he's like, do you want to come up? I'm like, I wish I could. Unfortunately, it was the very one I had a podcast and I was a little busy, and then I see like the results and the people that are there and the teams, and one other friend was up there and he's like, that's what's the beauty of like amateur golf and college golf, is that for the most part, you can get up close to these kids and see them perform, and then next year they're on tour. You know, like
so wow.
It's nuts how good they are.
Yeah.
You know, like it's hard to explain, you know, to your average club golfer of like, you know, they see their club champion, right? Or though one of their friends that they might play with on a scramble or from member tees or whatever is, you know, shoots 500. Like, oh my gosh, you're really good. But the level that like the kids are at, and then the level that the tour is at even above that, it's really hard to explain.
It's insane
how good golf is.
Yeah, I've heard someone say one time that Oklahoma, besides the coastal states, like they said, we're probably one of the best. Like we pack a punch more than, you know, besides, you know, because we can only play. I mean, I tell people we can play probably, like 48 weeks out of the year almost. Yeah. Maybe, you know, a few weeks here and there we can't play. But for the most part, we get like a
solid 8 months.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and then the other times it's dormant, but like it's still, it's not like Iowa where our brother's at. But for what we have, I mean, the level of amateur golf, junior golf that we have at the OJGC, I mean, it's amazing. My crowning moment in junior golf, I beat Austin Eckroat by 1 at the greens. At the greens. Beat him by 1 to win the and my brother hates and loves it when I tell this story. I always told him, I said, hey, I don't care if you win the Masters, but if you never win the COAC, the Central Oklahoma Athletic Conference Championship, I'll always have that on. Did I win in a scorecard playoff? Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe. Do I have the medal? Yes.
Yes, you have a medal. He does.
But seriously, seeing Austin and I mean everyone else just from Edmond North and all over, it's been pretty amazing. So.
And I think is it this week or last week they got the induction for the Golf Hall of Fame. I think is coming up. McGraw's been inducted. Willie Wood's been inducted.
So cool.
There's some other really great people on that and. Yeah, I also McGraw's book is like a coaching Bible.
Oh man,
it's so good.
He's amazing. His podcast is awesome too. I love listening to that show, and he is pretty amazing. It's so graceful. Like I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So first day is abandoned in 2020, March of 2020. What happens after that? Well, how does life evolve? How does the job evolve? And you talk about drone work. What are some of the highlights in the last 5 years that you've got to do and stories you've been able to tell?
So one of the crazy thing is that after Bandon, the world shuts down. I remember on the plane flying up there, and like I saw someone wearing a mask, and I remember getting scared. Like, wait, someone's wearing a mask. Back before, like everyone wore a mask. You just thought, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, like, oh my gosh, okay, no, they're just doing that for precaution. So like truly. I flew up there that day, left Oklahoma, and got to Oregon, and the world was different coming back. I was supposed to get married. We still did get married on the same day, April 26, 2020. Went from having 300 people to 15 people.
Wow.
Got married in my in-laws' backyard in Edmonds. So cool, so intimate.
Yeah.
Never forget it, like it was supposed to happen. But so quarantined for 2 weeks right when I get back from Bandon. And tried to figure out, life after that. But my wife and I got married, thankfully still. Lived in Stillwater for a bit, and then we actually moved down here for 3 years. So we lived not far from Bedford, Cameron. We lived in Britain and Penn, and loved living down here in OKC. My wife is an architect and worked at a firm downtown actually in Midtown. So she did a bunch of work down here. She now is self-employed and works for a firm out of Edmond. She's actually working on a prayer chapel at SNU.
Okay.
So super cool.
Small world.
Love Southern Nazarene. And so that's what she does. She's amazing. She's an artist as well. So she actually, if you ever go to the Skirvin, Pearl Mesta is the award-winning restaurant there. She has a couple of her art pieces hanging when you walk in.
Okay, Chef Black's a friend. So
shout out Chef Black. Absolutely, in Pearl Mesta. So really cool. Yeah, Julie's amazing at what she does, but work evolved. 2020 didn't do a whole lot. So I think I went to Pinehurst that fall.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the coolest guys I got to work with was Steve Scott. He was our director of instruction for years. Steve Scott lost to Tiger in the 96 USAM, 96 or 97 at Pumpkin Ridge up in Oregon. And awesome. He's a Florida Gator and played on, I think, 1 or 2 Walker Cup teams. And he's a great guy. He actually famously, he wrote a book about what he did. He told Tiger to move his mark back because Tiger moved his mark and he was going to putt with, he said, hey, move it back, one of the all-time displays of sportsmanship in golf.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool.
Right.
So filmed some stuff with him down at TPC Craig Ranch that summer, I remember. And then, Pinehurst that fall, but didn't really start picking up until 2021, been to Sand Valley a couple times, filming stuff there. Obviously got to go to Australia. I got to go to the Ryder Cup in Rome after that. And just telling stories of all these different places around the world. Yeah, Australia, I mean, the Sandbelt region, trying to get more Americans to come in there, which is truly, if you ever get to go to Australia, like the Sandbelt has some of the best golf courses. I mean, I think in the Southern Hemisphere, the best, but then just the world, it's amazing. So typically go to San Diego every year to get all the new content for golf equipment. And then truly it kind of varies month by month. Like, my job, it's very spontaneous, which is just what I like. Like, I love the spontaneity of it. I'll get a call and say, hey, you know, we need you out here in whatever it is, Atlanta in a week or Salt Lake City in 2 weeks. And so it's kind of how I like to roll anyway. Yeah. And so it's an absolute blast, man, getting to do it.
Do you ever think about doing your own, like, social media side of things now that you've been in, you know how the machine works, you've been in around the world? Like, there's so many, you know, creators popping up that have the talent, you know, that have the stories and the access. Yeah. Do you ever think about doing that?
Absolutely. No, think about it for sure. And I'll probably just keep doing a little bit of what I'm doing and hopefully try to get some more into that. Maybe side. Something even with my brother, with my dad, even like you said, they're even worlds beyond golfers than I am. I always say that they're better golfers than me, but I'm the best pickleballer in the family. Absolutely. For sure. You
gotta have something over them, right?
But yeah, I did win the Stillwater Country Club Championship before my dad, which I'll gladly take credit for.
Yeah.
So no, it's
your dad's first initial start with a G as well or not?
His name Eric Gudgel.
Okay,
Eric
no.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's you and your brother.
So yeah, me and my brother. And my sister's Grace, so that's how we went. Yeah. GGG. But my dad, okay, you're actually saying, so my dad didn't play golf at Oklahoma State. He played baseball.
Oh, okay.
So he truly
he
didn't start playing golf.
With the holidays?
Played. He was a little bit older than them. I think he's even older than Josh. Yeah, still, but
yeah,
he played baseball at this small JUCO called Connor State.
Okay,
out like eastern Oklahoma, kind of like 30 minutes from Muskogee. He was a freak at baseball. He's really just one of the most gifted athletes I've ever met.
Does he still have speed?
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's like I've met some of his teammates and so many people said there's no one else. He played shortstop and that he was the fastest. He could get the ball out of his glove faster than anyone and throw it to first. Like he was just a freak at that. So he played there for 2 years and then transferred to OSU. Maybe I think he walked on or played a little bit, but so he didn't even start playing golf until he was in his 20s.
Wow. Okay.
And now he's just, well, we always tell him, like, why did you not play golf when you were younger, man?
It wasn't cool.
Wasn't cool, exactly. He played football. He was a starting quarterback for Stillwater High and played baseball and then played that in college. But now he is absolutely wild at golf.
Grace is your younger sister?
Grace, young sister, middle, and then in between Grant and I. So Grant's 9 years.
Golfer as well or no?
She's not a golfer.
No? Not a golfer?
Mom, not a golfer. Okay. My grandmother, though.
Okay.
I think my grandma, Betty Edgley, played back in like 2019, played more golf than anyone in Payne County. Truly. She and herself is pretty amazing. She, along with her teammates, were inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame for basketball.
Wow.
Because she played on the Wayland Baptist team back in the early 60s, late 50s. They went undefeated for about 4 years.
So
she's a freak of an athlete in her own right, played in the Pan American Games, ran with the Olympic torch. Yeah, it was the first women's tennis coach at Oklahoma State, actually. Just all-around athlete. So I really started, some of my earliest memories of golf are playing with her and her 70 and 60-year-old ladies when I was in middle school. In the summertime, like, hey, come play with us, because I hit it about the same distance as them, when I'm 10 or 11 years old or whatever, and started playing with them at Lakeside Golf Course. That was my home. So that's awesome. some of the first memories of golf, really, in that family. But
isn't that amazing? The beauty of sport, why I love golf. The beauty of golf as a sport is that you can go play with your grandparents.
So cool,
right?
So cool.
And
you just can't do that with other sports. I mean, you really can't. She's still, my grandma's 84 years old and she still plays probably 3 or 4 times in a week.
Probably because she played golf her entire life too. The health benefits of walking around a golf course.
Amazing.
Getting your 10,000 steps in.
Amazing. Yeah. What she does. And she still takes it. We always joke, her and her friends take it so serious. I mean, I'm talking scorecard, print out her scorecard almost every day. Just, how'd you do? Oh, only had, 3 birdies today or 2 par, or whatever it was. I mean, it's
I only broke my age by 1 today.
True.
Classic.
It's amazing. So, that's the coolest thing about golf is that you truly can play it your whole life.
So heavy golf family, shocker, heavy athletic family. Talking of family, congratulations, you've got a little baby on the way.
Thanks so much,
dude.
How about that?
First one.
You're
You're also a doodle owner, so we share that.
That's right.
Like,
Absolutely.
I think great training for a child.
Absolutely.
I would hope so, because I have 2 and they're queens and a pain in the ass. So I'm hoping that it's great training for whenever I decide to have kids, if if that ever happens. But yeah, do we know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
Baby girl.
It's a girl.
So awesome.
Okay, awesome. So baby girl on the way. Is your doodle a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Okay.
So she's Daisy May. Daisy May for the dog.
Yeah.
And then we got the baby coming early March, due date, and Jane Eloise is the name. So we're so pumped for him. So
dude, that's awesome.
I'll be it'll be Gabe and his girls is what my wife's already calling me.
Gabe and his girls.
It's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, no, thankfully it's been so great so far. Baby's healthy.
Yeah.
My wife's healthy, which is great. So my wife actually will have the baby here in OKC at OU.
Mm-hmm.
She was diagnosed when she was in college with type 1 diabetics.
Oh, wow.
Crazy fluke.
Yeah.
They think she got like strep or some type of virus and it just attacked her pancreas. So, so random. But yeah, so she's high risk because of that. And she manages her blood sugars incredibly well.
Yeah.
So biggest blessing is that everything is going safe and healthy
awesome.
right now, which is
life's
awesome.
going to change a lot.
Big time. So yes, no, we're really the dog. Yeah, we're like, okay. And the dog, she's great. She's a Labradoodle and she's awesome. But yeah, we're like, okay, we're going to have to, she's not going to be a priority when baby Jane comes. Getting nursery ready, kind of rearranging offices and whatnot. But no, we're so
that's awesome.
So
awesome. We're leading into that. So my really good friend of mine just put, he saw on Instagram, this guy has like a chipping or putting green or golf course in his backyard. Literally normal, typical house backyard. He just put in some turf, greens, 3 holes, and he's created a golf course. So good friend of mine did the same thing. He's created it. He has flags with their last name saying last name national. It's really cool.
Oh, cool.
His son is 7, 8, 9 maybe years old. He sent me a picture of him Sunday morning. It's 40 degrees out and he's out there. And he sent me this picture. It's basically saying he's one of us.
Yeah.
Where is it? 40 degrees. We leave for church in less than an hour, but we wanted to get a couple of holes. Look at this. His boys. So he put in just these little holes out there. So, and then it popped up. Because that, our phones are always listening. My feed has been filled with like backyard, so golf courses, right? Little things now, and all these. So there's some famous ones out there.
That is
so what I want to ask you is, like, as a future parent, and the job that you have, and golf in the family is always going to be around. Like, what are some of the great stories you've had around golf and family over the last 5 years that you've shared? But also, like, what's the backyard side of golf courses that aren't maybe golf courses? But if there are any stories that you've covered too that are just like, this is a backyard golf course.
Gosh, no, yeah, that's a great question. So kind of like that. I mean, growing up, my mom and dad, they've got like 5 acres just north of Stillwater, and actually it's close to Lakeside.
Okay.
So growing up, we had about 100 yards from our front yard, basically till the road. So our wedge game, my dad would have different flags in the front yard. At 50 yards, 100. Our mailbox, I still know it, 92 yards to the mailbox. We try to hit that, with our 56, 60 degree. That's truly how we work. The Gudgels work on our wedge game. If you ever go to
your brother's wedge game,
my mom and dad's
sick,
house, no,
by
truly,
the way, because I played with him in the state qualifier this year, and he was dialed.
It's truly thanks to that setup. In our backyard, it's probably about 250 yards till there's a small pond. And so before tournaments and whatnot, I remember like we would just go back there and hit 8, 9 irons and 5 irons to see how far we get to not go in the pond or whatnot. So that's kind of been fun growing up doing that. Gosh, other stories growing up. I mean, seeing my dad, watching my dad win the state senior amateur at Meadowbrook in Tulsa back in 2021. He won it. That was so cool.
I love Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook's fun. Yeah, you talk about tree lined. It really is super cool how tree lined it is, but still strategic. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it's challenging in a lot of ways, but seeing him win there was so cool. And again, he didn't play. Yeah, he really didn't even play competitively probably till 20 years ago.
He's had a great year this year.
Great year this year.
Right? I mean, he's on the state team going down against Texas soon.
Exactly. Crazy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And yeah, doing that probably just because, I qualified. I think he was the oldest who qualified for the state, which was really cool just to even do that. Well,
what's funny was because I played with your brother and your dad was right behind us.
Yes.
So your mom was stressing out. And I was like, who are you most stressed out about? And she's like, it actually wasn't your brother. It was your dad.
Oh, no.
Laughing.
Absolutely. Well, because
how do you do this?
That playoff. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the playoff.
So I was actually I was in Virginia. I was literally crossing over the Blue Ridge Mountains. I was coming from a shoot at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Then I was going to this really cool golf resort called Keswick Hall just outside Charlottesville. So UVA plays there sometime.
Okay.
It was an amazing, amazing resort, like one of the nicest I've been to. And we're at this dinner. They're serving lobster, all this super fine dining, and I've got the Oklahoma Golf Association Instagram on the grainy food. People are like, "What are you doing?"
Because Casey was doing it live.
I'm like, I gotta see if my dad makes the playoff. And then my phone died, and I texted or one of the guys at dinner, actually really awesome guy. I was like, hey, can you please check my phone died? Can you check the Instagram? I need to see if my dad made it. He goes, I think Eric Gudgel, he's in. So, dude, that was one of the coolest moments to see, a 57-year-old qualify for the state am and match play was awesome. God, and then my brother a Stillwater kid winning state at Jimmy Austin was pretty cool too. That was like 2022. Awesome. So that was it's been so much fun, man. Golfing with them, and now Planet Stillwater Country Club, which is such a great club, and Stillwater and the community there is amazing, and my brother-in-law plays, and so it's been super fun playing with the family. And my wife doesn't play, but I've already got my daughter signed up for the 2046 Oklahoma Women's Amateur or something like that. So I've already got that penciled in. So no, it's been so fun. But thinking about backyard stuff,
because the reason I say that is because I'll show you one popped up on my Instagram. And it's like Sunset Golf. Let me look it up here. Sunset Golf. And look how good this is. Like, it's legit, right? This guy has created this golf. It's all in his backyard.
It's in his backyard?
I think it's in his backyard. Yeah. So he's put in, legit, right?
Oh, my goodness.
A lot of dirt work. People listening, go to sunsetgolf_GC. And so he's created like this, in his backyard. But I'm like, I wonder, there has to be so many, like, there's got to be stories like that of golf courses. Because the majority of what you do is cover just like drone and video and golf, like traditional golf, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like awesome setups like that. Man, cool. Because the coolest things I've like played like that are just, like short courses, for the most at resorts. But I'm thinking like backyard. Obviously, Jim Nance has his, Mark Wahlberg has his spot in his backyard. But
Jason Days is epic.
Jason Days, oh my gosh. They're actually, a cool, this is wow. Ponte Vedra Inn and Golf Club, golfing. It's right next to the Players.
Okay.
Outside of Ponte Vedra, but I think it's Ponte Vedra Golf Club. There's a stretch of holes that are right on the water, or they're not on the water, but the homes are on the water, and it's right next to it because the real estate's so expensive. Yeah, better to have a home there than a golf course. Yeah. And there's a story of one guy there who lives on the course who bought his neighbor's house, tore it down to put in a chipping green so that he can beat his buddies in skins or whatever. So that's kind of insane in that regard. But trying to think of, oh man, a cool setup like that. Nothing like that I've seen. Yeah. My in-laws up in Edmond, their neighbor across the street, every 4th of July, he kind of does a makeshift little 3-hole tournament that we have in his backyard. But nothing to the extent of.
That's the beauty of the game, though, isn't it? You don't have to have an amazing golf course.
Of course.
You led into this transition perfectly. Your hole-in-one, was it Badlands 9?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Talk about small golf courses. How mad is that place? I've only seen videos. The green's like the size of this table. Like, it looks stupid.
It is ridiculous. Yeah, no, that day, that place, Bob Parsons, what he made there is unbelievable. We did a video with him couple years ago when I was out there. Super gracious guy for having us out and telling us a little bit about his story, history, GoDaddy, the course. I think he said he bought that piece of land. It's something along the lines of this. He bought that piece of land for less than $500,000, and he's put over $100 million to $300 million into it. I mean, that's the level of excellence this place has, and just once you walk on that property, you were taken care of, picked up from the airport, Phoenix Harbor in a Sprinter van, taken, what can we get for you? Sparkling still, like the whole thing. It's amazing. Caddies were generous. I mean, so cool. But yeah, Bad Little Nine was insane. I mean, I think the first hole I made a 10, and then that's easy to do. He has a challenge there. I think any first time player, if you break par, he'll give you 10,000 cash.
Oh, wow.
And I think only 1 or 2 people have done it. Truly. And it's open to pro, so I think pros have done it. But so hard, so difficult. And that hole is the 9th hole. And so here's the backstory on that.
Was that your last hole of the day?
The last hole of the day.
Ugh.
9th hole. And I think that was the day I got there. Yeah. So I got there that morning. And so did a whole driver fitting and saw everything and all the new club technology that had coming out. And then I said, hey, let's go play Bad Little Nine. So we go play it, and yeah, you can get around that, 30, 45 minutes. Such a cool track. But we get to the 9th hole, and it's kind of a postage stamp. I mean, it's a tiny little green. So here's the funny story about that. I hit my first shot, and I didn't have the right club. I had a 60 degree, and I knew it wasn't enough. So I hit my shot, and I'm like, oh, that's shorting it. And it was short. I was like, okay, so it's not it. But I said, okay, let me get my 56 degree. Yeah. I said, went to the caddy. Why don't you mind filming this for me, please? Like, this is like, I got the right club now. Let me get this. Get up there, take the shot. The caddy zooms in perfectly, like 1 hop in it.
And you're like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So doesn't necessarily count as a real hole in one. I still probably wouldn't count it as a real hole in one anyway. But still,
on video.
On video is the main thing.
That's why like the whole like Eric Anders Land thing about like Ace Cam is live. You have to video everything. You never know.
Truly never know. And I've still never had a hole in one in a real round of golf, like on a real course. But like that on the setting of that place where it was like, especially on that green, like that will.
Have you seen the stuff that the European Tour does? They give people 500 golf balls and go try and get a hole in one. Have you seen that clip?
Oh,
so the European Tour has been they're
amazing on social.
Yes, and so one of their things is they pick a pro, whoever will do it, and they give them 500 golf balls, and they're like, "What's the odds that you can get a hole in one with 500 balls?" And they film the whole thing. And so they've had Eduardo Molinari's gone through it.
Wow.
Rory and JT split it. They tried doing it together. There's some really, really cool videos of them doing this. And then the first guy, I think Andy Sullivan was the first guy who did it with like a 6-iron, which was legit. And he loses his mind, obviously, as you can. And they've done some really cool things. They've done like the Guinness World Record of like the fastest hole. They kind of picked 4 guys to do that. They've done, hitting the golf ball at a clay shoot.
Yeah.
They've done some crazy stuff. Their social is really good.
Have you had a hole in one?
I've had 5. Yeah, last one was at Golf Club Edmond.
Which
15, 14?
15.
Par 3 on the back. Let's see.
Oh, yep. Over that little creek.
Yeah.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
That one, and then there's a short par 4 after that. So, yeah. 15?
Yes.
14,
oh
15.
My gosh, that's like a par 3.5.
So little 9-iron. Buddy of mine, Jason Smith, was playing with me, and he wasn't videoing, but he videoed like everything after I made it. And so he's like, it was so fun. But yeah, I've had 5. It's been really cool. Haven't had one at Gladio yet. Buddy of mine, Blake, has had 2 at Gladio from the back box on 9, which is insane.
Oh, that's deep.
It's like 240, and he made it twice. Yeah, because crazy. One of them was in our Thursday night men's night game in the dark, like last hole of the day kind of thing. But yeah, the hole in one thing is it's the first time I ever had a hole in one. I was with my dad playing a par 3 golf course in Portugal on vacation with my dad. And we didn't see it go in because it was like a blind kind of shot, and I like made it. And I'm like, it's like golf and family, cool memories, right?
It's
just the best.
I watched my dad. I think it's still his only first hole in to this day. Yeah, it was a few years ago. Me, my brother, and my dad were all playing. Kind of a wild sequence. Him and my brother he was out of it actually. He was probably down by 3 or 4 after the front 9, and comes back, birdied. I think 2 holes in a row, and then gets the par 5. 15th on the back, little dog leg right.
Yeah.
Hits it to a foot for double eagle, like almost makes a 2, taps in for eagle, gets to 16, the par 3, dunks it.
Where's the pin?
I think middle front, like on left middle.
Yeah, because right of that's dead.
Oh yeah, dead.
One
No,
of the dead houses
truly
left.
Yeah. And back-to-back eagles. I think it's still only one, but seeing that, that was awesome. Pretty insane. Like almost went 5 under.
And then short par 4, 17.
17,
yeah. You're like, just hit it right. Like just anywhere over there is fine.
Hit it to 13, right? You'll be fine. But no, that was a sick memory.
A good feeling.
No, it truly is. I've only had a hole in one in disc golf, not in real golf. So
you played a little bit of disc golf?
Play a little disc golf. Oh yeah, I love
Okay.
Boomer and Stillwater, Hoyt Grove, and so yeah, it's super fun. I just play kind of in the summertime with a few buddies, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I've been playing golf my whole life, and I've got more hole-in-ones in that sport than this. But
hey, it'll happen.
It's so fun. Golf Club Edmond, also Golf Club Edmond.
I love the new golf. It's not a redo, but yeah, Golf Club Edmond looks great.
I've got like such a love-hate relationship with that course because you hit 6-iron off the first tee, and it sometimes can still go in the water.
You played in the winters rock hard.
Exactly. But no, that place is so fun. I got a good buddy Hunter who used to work there, and Warren Cunningham actually was the pro out there. He was the pro at Lakeside when I was growing up, and so. But no, that's such a fun little puppet trip.
What about there's a great photo on your Instagram of I probably said looks like Golf Week HQ with all. Where's that?
Gosh, where was that? That was at the PGA show.
Okay, so like, reason I want to add, what are the greatest things you've seen on your travels as far as like member guest gift or just little like logos? I mean, what stands out as far as like who does it the best? Because there's so many, and now so much competition between member logos and all the things, and like and the story around some of the things. So that picture of the wall of bag tags was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Totally. Well, this Pine Valley hat that you just brought back from New Jersey might be the coolest logo in golf. Not gonna lie. Sleepy Hollow's probably got one of the coolest logos in golf.
Headless.
I was up there, probably a few years ago, filming some instructional videos. I haven't played it. That's a course like
Is that the worst part of your job? Is you get to go to all these beautiful places and you don't play golf?
And sometimes, most of the time, like I'll bring my clubs, just because you don't know. Yeah, for sure. I'll bring them just to.
Do you have a club deal? You have an equipment deal yet?
No equipment deal. No, my brother does, but no, not me.
No circle tees in the coming out.
Circle tees, but no, man, it's been so fun still, and Sleepy Hollow's got an amazing logo. Like all the dream golf destinations. I mean, Bandon, like Sand Valley, the new Lido course, like those places do it right. Like those are awesome buddy golf trip, destinations.
All right, second question then. Where would you go on a golf trip if you were taking your buddies?
Bandon's obviously, Pinehurst are go-to spots.
They have everything.
I actually just got a text from my buddy on the way over here. He called me. He's got one of the first preview play rounds at Wild Springs. Spring did down in Texas. It's one of the new tracks Tom Doak did. Wow. It's kind of like 2 hours northeast of Houston. He was like, "Hey, in 2 weeks I got a tee time Sunday morning. You want to come?" Like, I'll try my best to get down there. Yeah. But I think one of the best golf trips would probably be, I think Sand Valley is really, really underrated in Wisconsin. Summertime up north is like maybe the best in the U.S. just weather-wise.
A few golf courses up there?
They got a few. They got Sand Valley, which is Corin Crenshaw. They got Mammoth Dunes, which is David McClay kid, who also did the first at Bandon. Yeah. And then they have the Lido, which is one of the most bizarre golf courses I've ever played. It was they resurrected it. It died. It turned into a parking lot during World War II on Long Island. So that's where it's from, on Long Island. Yeah. And then this amazing guy named Peter Flory, who works out of Chicago, recreated it in a video game. Almost like inch by inch, recreated the entire golf course and put it, and he worked with Tom Doak, and they truly like put it in the middle of central Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of people said it was one of the best golf courses of its time. Yeah. Like rivaled Pine Valley, Augusta National, and then during World War II just got leveled. Like I think Bobby Jones won a tournament out there or something like that. Like, I mean, pretty amazing.
Bobby Jones.
So a lot wild. So a lot of great courses up in Sand Valley. But I mean, gosh, even like closer to home, like Shangri-La is such a cool spot. That new Battlefield.
I still haven't done it yet. I need to. I haven't been up there yet.
The Battlefield, the par 3 course. I went up there last year with Cameron Jordan, one of our riders here in Mustang, and it's one of the best par 3 courses in the nation. I've played a few, and it packs a punch, man. It's 18 holes, which is also awesome just in that regard. Like Big Cedar's amazing, but you're putting out $150 to play 9 holes at top of the rock. So
I had some guys, friend of mine, go up there probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and there's different tee boxes, right? And what they did was they literally like rolled the dice on their app on their phone to pick where they were. So because it's hard to like, what do you go odds and evens or whatever? And they're like, no, we literally just did a random number generator, rolled the dice, and like then it. And they had a couple hole-in-ones too, which is really cool.
Oh, I believe it. No, like that's I mean, even just for local, like that is such a great spot to go to. Easy to get to. Grand Lake's awesome, and No, super fun. But yeah, that's the cool thing. Just go too. Like,
Just go.
life's too short, man. Like,
Yeah.
if you can get buddies together for a weekend, whatever it is, like, you don't know how many times you're gonna get to do that. So
Yeah.
definitely do it wherever it is.
Moving in a different direction, you did Mid-South.
Mid-South. So fun, man.
So fun. I just signed up for the double.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
That's the first time I've said that out loud.
Come on.
Yeah, I did a podcast with Josh, which went out this week. Josh McCulloch, who does all their
Oh my
video
gosh.
content.
Yes. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
He's amazing.
And he's like, hey, you've done the run a few times. Why don't you do the bike? And I was like, I don't have a bike. And he goes, well, we can fix that. And so me and Bobby are having lunch next week.
Oh my goodness.
But so I said, okay, well, if we're doing a story around it, I might as well go all in. I'll do the double. And I went up there on Saturday to see the start of the mega. And so I was up there hanging out with the guys. And I was just like, but you've done the bike. I haven't done the bike. So you've done.
I only did the 50 though.
I mean,
did
still
not do
50 miles.
But I mean, that's going to be okay. The double, that's just a whole nother.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. So
No.
I went from so
amazing.
the run is obviously the 50K run on the Friday. I went from I run like the Oklahoma City half marathon to like being an idiot and listening to David Goggins' video on Instagram and then signing up for a 50K. So like that's where we're coming from here. So I'm gonna I'm not gonna go for time. I'm just gonna try and finish.
Oh, that is.
But I need a bike. So, but you've done the bike. So you have a gravel bike, obviously.
Got a gravel bike.
Stillwater is now known for insane gravel roads.
It's the best.
Beautiful red dirt. How was that experience for the Mid-South?
It's so cool. It's kind of one of the reasons I moved back as well as Stillwater, just because that's such a cool community, man. Getting to ride your bike on some of the best gravel roads in the nation. Like, that's not hyperbole.
Yeah.
It really is. And Bobby, what he's done with that event, I think it's now probably the biggest non-OSU event in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be. And obviously what happened this year was heartbreak. Like, my wife and I were both, I don't know if my wife was signed up, but I was signed up to do the 50 again. And truly heartbreaking. I mean, know many people that lost their homes and friends in those fires.
A lot of it went around the golf course too, right?
Truly right around, not far at all. So it's been tragic, but I mean, the biggest blessing is no one got hurt.
Yeah.
People are now rebuilding, which is awesome. But yeah, no, this will be so fun. I asked my wife, I was like, hey, do you think I can do it again? But our baby's due like 5 days.
Yeah, so I was going to say that's exactly when.
Probably. Yeah. I think I'll probably sadly have to sit this one out. I said, hey, you could be at the finish line, but no, I think it's probably best if I sit this out.
Yeah.
But the ride is so fun. So my wife did it with me too, and she had trained, I think she'd ridden her bike one time in 5 months. And she goes, I'll do it. I said, come on, like, you're a Stillwater native now.
You got to do this.
Let's do it. She did it, and so I rode with her for the most part, and she got a flat tire, I'll never forget, and we had to change it. Yeah. And so we took a while getting to the finish line, but regardless, she can always say she finished. She did the 50, so we did that, and like, it is so much fun. Eventually, hopefully, maybe next year, 2027, maybe I'll do it again. But my dad has done the 100 probably, 5 times, 6, 7 times. So he's
good.
He's really a freak out. I mean, he's done it when it's been rainy, muddy, the whole thing. Like, he kind of got me and my wife into it. But it's just that whole event. It's so cool. So you haven't done it yet?
I've not. So I've ran.
You ran.
I've done 4 Mid-South runs. I've tried 5. I finished 4. The year it snowed, I didn't finish.
You got 4th though.
Yeah. No. I've completed 4.
Oh, completed. Okay.
I'm not. Yeah. There's no way. The leader this year did it in like 3:15.
Oh,
which is absurd.
Yeah.
No, I did mine. My best time is 5:25.
But you did.
So last year I did it in like 6 hours.
You just watch David Goggins videos and get pumped up, man.
But yeah, like I just I have one of his Rogan episodes. Like, I generally have a rule that like I don't listen to. I'll listen to a little bit of music, whatever, but until like the last. You cross the halfway point, and like mile 15 to 20 in the run is like the hardest because the route for the run's always the same.
Yeah.
So other than last year, they rotated it the other way. Usually you kind of run out of Stillwater and then you do like this loop. And this year you ran out of Stillwater and then did the loop backwards, which helped us because the wind was on our back as we were running and finishing. And I just remember, coming into town, like coming over the crest of the hill and seeing the water tower so you can kind of see town, know that you roughly have like 5 miles left. And then this huge, just like orange, like wind gust came past me and I was like, that's not dust, that's smoke. So I got in just, when I came across finish line, everybody's like packing up, getting out.
So you finished.
So I got done probably about 40 minutes before they got done, before Josh and the team called it. So there's a documentary coming.
No,
the guys have everything, and everybody rolled on the whole thing. Like the film crews, like they kept rolling. Yeah, so they have all the content, which will be exciting to watch, but also traumatic.
Oh
but
my goodness!
The story of like the community coming together is incredible.
It's been it's been really cool seeing that aspect. I just didn't know you've like
so I've done the run.
Yeah,
I've done the run a few times. But the other irritating thing is that like I've finished it 4 times out of trying 5. The best photos I have of me running on course are in the year that I didn't finish, and it's me running in the snow. And I'm like, they're great photos.
But those are sweet though, yeah.
But like, I'm like, and what happened was I got to the aid station at mile 20. There's aid stations every 5 miles on the run. I got to the aid station at mile 20, and I was like, I sat down, and I got cold, started shivering, and then because I was sweating. But what happened was like my leggings, I made the stupid mistake of wearing like shorts under my leggings. And so like chafing was really bad, like cutting up the inside of my thighs. And then I sat down thinking I'll get out of my leggings because they're kind of drenched in sweat because the snow had melted to mud. And I didn't have enough energy to wipe the mud off my legs. Like I stopped on a bridge and was trying to scrape the mud off my shoes, and my calves were just like killing me. So a truck pulled up and was like, "Do anyone want to go back to town?" I was like, "Get me out of here now."
Yes.
Which I regretted immediately. Yeah, I needed the chamois butter for sure. Dude, it's such a great community out there, and like I think people, obviously people think, "Oh, Stillwater's so far away," but it isn't. But also, like, you said, you move back, and there's a reason you move back. There's so many cool people out there. It's not just college sports. There's so many things happening.
No, there really isn't. Yeah, just that
and
community.
The golf too is amazing.
Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah, I still haven't been actually out to Carson yet. Have you seen it?
I need to. I haven't been yet.
Really, no. I really want to go.
Golf Week hasn't covered it yet.
And we still have no. I need to get out there and see what I've had some friends send me videos, and they say it's
a practice facility, right? It's not really a golf.
No, it's still the golf course too.
Heard.
Oh no, I mean it's just so
insane.
I mean, some good golfers know that are shooting 90s out there. Like it's that.
Have you done Ohoopie? Because Ohoopie's like that, right?
I was listening to that podcast, that Golfers show.
Oh, isn't it so good? He's talking about the animals and everything out there in the high fence.
Unbelievable. That's a place. No, I really do want to get up to and see that trek because it looks insane.
Yeah, is it in the middle of nowhere?
I think middle of Georgia somewhere.
Yeah.
But dang, it looks sweet. I went to a place I think it was outside of Hilton Head, but actually going back to golf in every state, my cousin plays at the Charleston Muni, which is one of the best munis in America.
Yeah.
And that guy Matt passed through. I was out there a couple months ago. We went and played this track, Chichezi Creek. Okay. It's another corn job, but right outside of Hilton Head, I think, which was again absolute blast. Kind of had that out in the middle of nowhere vibe. But Ohoopie's another name. Like that's a place. That's an absolute bucket list.
Have you done Boiling Springs?
Haven't done Boiling Springs.
Okay, we should do a trip out there because I need to go. I haven't done it.
No, and I really want to go because the superintendent at Stillwater Country Club, Jeff, is now used to be at Boiling Springs, and he said no, it's absolutely worth the trip. And also, Don Seacrest was the designer of that course.
Okay.
His first course was a Stillwater Country Club. So
there's a story there for sure.
And whatnot, but no, really, I'd love to get up to Woodward and check
I need to do that because I haven't been out there and heard of me. The Golfers Journal were obviously out there 2 or 3 years ago, I think.
I saw Jared Gallagher went up to that.
Jared's the best.
No question.
We played golf at Hillcrest a few years ago together in Bottlesville. It's such a good
Talk about an underrated course that place is, man. I played it for the first time last fall, and I want to get back up there again in the springtime just to see that. Another Perry Maxwell jam, man.
Dude, awesome. We could sit here until golf forever, but I know you got a flight to catch.
Hours.
Okay, finish with this one. If you only play one golf course in Oklahoma for the rest of your life, what's going to be? Sorry to leave you with that one because it's such a hard question.
Oh, man, that's a good question. Oh gosh, I mean, cliche answers, obviously Southern Hills, I think, for sure. Just because, I mean, what Gil Hance did with that renovation, it is unbelievable. I think it's, maybe the best championship course that the PGA has in its road. I mean, it's so, so good. The best closing hole in golf, arguably, you could say, with that 18th hole. So that's it's cliche, but that's probably the one. Another underrated gym, man, that I really loved. Oh my gosh, was Twin Hills. Really, I played that last year for the first time. Another Perry Maxwell, like it was kooky and a couple spots, but that was so much fun. A great walk. I really enjoyed that place.
Do you mostly walk when you go?
I do typically. I typically walk for the most part.
Pushcart Mafia.
I actually know I got a Mackenzie Walker bag.
Oh, sick.
So I just got one of those this summer, but I just love to walk. I feel like
You see so much more.
It's almost like I was actually hunting with my dad on Sunday. Was the last day of black powder. And there's a difference kind of between being in a blind when you're hunting and in a tree stand. Because when you're in a tree stand, you feel like you're a part of it. You feel like you're kind of the same way I feel like when you're riding a bike around a city for the first time as opposed to being in a car. Yeah. You feel like you're in the city. You get to be a part of the city, hear the city. It's the exact same way I feel like when I'm walking on a golf course. Okay. Like I'm seeing the course for the first time, like the designer intended it to be. And yes, if I'm trying to get around in the summertime, in 2 hours, I'll gladly go and do that and hop in a car. But I love walking. But I'd probably, say Southern Hills for sure. But shout out to Stillwater Country Club. It's a great track. Phenomenal for what it is. They had 73 NCAA championships there. Yeah. Ben Crenshaw won his third of 3 titles. I think him and Phil Mickelson have the most individual titles in NCAA. So it's such
73 NCAA.
73 NCAA, really?
What?
And the awesome thing about the Country Club, which is I was telling Chris Tidlin, our pro, said this
year also played one, like he qualified for the PGAs this year, right? What did he qualify? He won something, or sectional or something.
Did win? I think it was a sectional.
Yeah, shout out Chris.
Chris is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously on the 95 team that took down Tiger in Stanford, which is, I think, actually the best championship Oklahoma State has in any sports. Beating Tiger at Stanford, they had, in sudden death, I don't know if you know the story, but they had 4 people because their 5th player
I didn't know that.
Went and played in the British AM and hopped on a plane.
Oh, yes, I did hear that.
And it was literally 4v5, and they win against Tiger, which is amazing. But I told him, I said, hey, Carson's under construction this year, so Oklahoma State played a lot of their golf at the Country Club, and they won the national championship. Like, we need to have the trophy here for it, man.
Right?
Come on,
bring the trophy over.
So super fun, man. But our golf in Oklahoma, some of the best there is.
Dude, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. Appreciate you sharing some great stories. Excited for the future. Excited for next year. Gonna be a dad. Travel around a lot. Dog's going to be just fine.
Oh, for sure.
But hopefully get plenty of golf in before the baby arrives.
Totally.
And then, you just be pushing you need one of those golf carts, the push carts with the baby that has like
absolutely.
You need one that has the iron rack in it.
Totally.
Is that one of those? Maybe I'll just get you that for your baby gift.
That would be the best registry gift.
Registry gift.
No, truly. Also, this goes back to question. One of our family mantras or mottos. Yeah. Is from a kid that I was playing with in junior golf. I actually wrote it on the inside of our bag. It's kind of like our family motto. Yeah. It's also a life lesson, just a life motto you could use. We're playing at Bailey Ranch, 36 holes, probably juniors in high school, whatever. 36 in a day. We get on the 18th hole and, exhausted and worn out. And this kid's got a 3-wood in to the par 3, and he just walks up to it. We're dead. I'm like, hey, it's probably, too much club. You sure you want to hit that? He gets up to it, puts it down, and goes, Gabe, it goes where it goes. And truly, it goes where it goes has been the Gudgel motto for, probably the last 15 years or so, man. It's been so fun. But yeah, man, that's how it is.
Dude, appreciate being on the podcast. For people listening, how do they find you? What's your Instagram?
You can find me at Gabe Gudgel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Yeah, and then look up Golf Week, at Golf Week Mag on Instagram, Twitter. That's where you find a lot of my stuff and whatnot. And I also do work with Oklahoma State. Yeah. Do work with any people who need drone assistance service. So feel free to reach out, contact me anytime. All Mike, thanks so much for having me on the pod.
It's been so good.
So fun.
Yeah. People listening, we'll catch you next episode. Cheers.
Hope you guys enjoyed that great episode. Thank you so much for listening. As always, huge shout out to our sponsors, the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, sharing Oklahoma story through its people since 1927. For more information on the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, go to www.oklahomahof.com and follow them on Instagram for daily updates at oklahomahof. Our other sponsor, the Chickasaw Nation, amazing sponsor. They do amazing things for the state, and they're always sponsoring something in Oklahoma. They're a huge supporter of Oklahoma, and without their support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. This episode is brought to you by the Doghouse OKC. Recently, I have been in need of some doggy daycare for my 2 pups, and the Doghouse have come in clutch. The team over there are incredible. They've taken care of my 2 golden doodles, and so it's been an honor to partner with them on the podcast and share the love. And adding to that is the Doghouse. And so if you're in need of doggy daycare in the day or boarding overnight, They do grooming and other cool things too, but I've had a fantastic experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this with you too. So go to thedogHouseOKC.com and follow them on Instagram at thedogHouseOKC, and hopefully our pups will run into each other.
Thank you for listening. We are inspired by those around us and hope that you are too. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review so we can keep telling your stories. For more great Oklahoma content, follow This Is Oklahoma on Facebook and Instagram.